Hey there. So tonight we have another review. I'm trying to put myself in the ringer and I guess review some NAs and whatever. But we have the original Bravus. So this is a brand that I found in Total Wine, um, 2015. First, wow, Bravus is the first North American NA brewery, not American. North American NA brewery is a non-alcoholic beer. Blah blah. This is from Anaheim, California. Never heard of this about this brand, but it's available. And unfortunately, the Best Buy is about 2 months away. Yikes! This has a year and a half Best Buy. Not excited about that. Again, I thought I bought it fresh. I thought, honestly, I probably bought it assuming that I don't know, man. I've had this in my fridge for like maybe a few months at worst. At best, I bought it like a month or so within Best Buy. We're in July. It says Best Buy May, but it is a oatmeal dark. It is oatmeal dark. So I don't see dark beers like again a lot of things you. Same with the regular beer. I assume hops to degrade, blah blah, all this stuff degrades. But NA beers, I actually don't understand their shelf stability. I imagine their shelf stability is actually pretty bad without like alcohol. Really, alcohols are really you know alcohol is actually really good at saving something, right? That's the whole point of alcohol for a lot of things, right? Fortified wine, history of like distillation, wine, regular wine, like alcohol is a great preserver, right? We'll see. The beer comes in a really nice kind of like medium brown color. Definitely a lot of like garnet hues in the light. Definitely medium brown, not even deep brown. Okay. A lot of mocha, a lot of chocolate. Keep cold and drink fresh now. Okay. A lot of chocolatey tones, a little bit of malt, no, a lot of malt balls going on, a lot of what do you call it, whoppers. If anything should last, it should be dark beers. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that works. Reminds me of like a Munich Dunkel or Schwarzbier because it really doesn't have the impact. So what you get is sort of like a black pilsner, which is like Schwarzbier, right? It's roasty, dark in color, but very light beer, right? The flavor is very pale, very simple. Little crackers, a little bit of like a lot of the Melba toast, a little bit of this kind of like a milk chocolatey kind of tone to it. A little bit of this kind of just a little bit of doppelbock, this kind of like rye bread and pumpernickel, like a really nice kind of like malt complexity. Like think about like Munich Dunkel, not quite doppelbock, but Schwarzbier, and they call it a oatmeal dark. So oatmeal makes sense. There's this, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So I'm also getting flavor. Oatmeal stouts have this kind of really pale flavor, and I get it here too. So you get a complexity of like this kind of like dark roasty flavor, right? Looking a little bit of that. But then oatmeal in general, for me, especially like oatmeal stouts and like a little bit like you get a lot of oatmeal oats in hazy IPAs. You get a really kind of pale character, right? So there's a tone that hits. It's like this, then that, and a lot of times I get this kind of like I mean, it's oats. How do you describe oats? You've had oats before, right? Oat crackers, oatmeal, plain oatmeal. Steel cut oatmeal is just the plainest oatmeal. Really kind of pale flavor, pale flavor. We're talking about Cheerios and also like oat, like really like even more pale, right? Like we're talking about something that's more pale than like toasted bread, or even like one bread. I don't know. One bread and oats have a different flavor, right? So it's like this complementary kind of like pale flavor, but oats have a specific flavor. It's a little bit nutty, right? A little bit like almondy, almondy. Yeah. If I can complement Wonder Bread with almonds, I would think like pale almonds. I would think of oats. Hmm. Really pale flavor. Pretty good body. Nice carbonation. This is tasty for an NA dark beer. That's quite tasty. I don't know if I call it oatmeal dark because that sort of reminds you of something really like dark and like a little bit more intense. But it's an NA beer. I think of something like Schwarzbier, Munich Dunkel, Then again, like you're gonna advertise a beer as like NA Dunkel. I think part of it is that the oats really help the body and a little bit more character on malt, right? Like instead of just doing full malt, you're doing some oats, which helps the body ideally. Higher beta glucans, higher fat content as well, higher protein content, yeah. So a little bit more complex, kind of like a malt profile of oats, and you get a little bit of flavor with a really nice kind of like pretty little roast on a small, tiny. What? This beer's like NA, 0.50%. What do you want to call it? Tasty. Cheers. This for me gets a rating of. Yeah, we get a really nice kind of mocha on the nose, like mocha, like like really nice nose. Tootsie Roll Whoppers. For an NA, this is really good. Maybe a solid 92 on this guy. The Bravus, the original Bravus. I'm gonna check this brewery out more. Even way past this Best Buy, 2 months past it, is very tasty. Oatmeal dark. Cheers. Later. 92. Later.